We are going to continue with part 10 of this disastrous situation in which some ill-intended people are putting the free software and the open source community by continuing with some more examples of Creative Commons license sabotage examples on the Soundcloud platform. So, as you probably got used to by now, this is going to be live and unedited. So the first example for today is an edit by a producer of a copyrighted material. As you see, the work has a title. We know who did it. Okay, Mr. Jerome here, and again we don't know if the remixer or the editor of this copyrighted work had the right to relicense under a free license type this copyrighted work. So, Mr. Jerome, I don't know if we can enjoy this when the authorities are going to possibly fine us or put us in prison. So we are going to continue with the next example. Again, a DJ, Mr. Knudsen. Of course, we have a title of the mix as it is mandatory in these professional made mixes. Absolutely no problem until here. We have again Martin Garrix, we have David Guetta, copyrighted works in this mix. We have Eiffel 65, we have as you see ATB, many famous and high rated artists. Again, this is not a problem if he pays his licenses to the collective management organizations. We have absolutely no problem until here. From a legal point of view, it's his right to within the licenses he pays to do these mixes. Again, Gigi D'Agostino. We have many artists that I recognize as being high rated and famous, such as Tiesto, as you see. Let's see if we recognize other artists. No, I don't recognize other artists. Okay, he has a track list as expected from a DJ, but again he relicenses many copyrighted works illegally under a Creative Commons license that I am sure by now, as you know, these high rated artists aren't agreeing with, I'm sure. Okay, as we see, another felon that not only does copyright infringement but also identity theft, because he relicenses it illegally under a Creative Commons license, so that the free software community and the open source community can't check at a glance if this is an authorized material to be used freely on the internet. We are going to continue with the next example, Mr. Thazro. Okay, Hardstyle from 2022. Okay, he has a title. Again, as you see, not just Soundcloud is an accomplice to this person at infringing copyrights and at identity theft, but as you see, YouTube might be too. Let's see what license does he invoke on here. As you see, on YouTube he doesn't do that. He doesn't licenses it under a Creative Commons, because at least in some way, in a proportion of, I don't know, something between 1% and 10%, the algorithms are much more precise in detecting copyright infringement. But as you will see in later parts of this episode 5 video series, you will see that YouTube has the same problem as Soundcloud. But as you see, he doesn't use the Creative Commons license on YouTube either. So this should be a red flag when you see copyrighted material on SoundCloud marked as Creative Commons licensed. So again, Mr. Thazro is a felon, because as you see, he relicensed it. He relicensed he relicensed copyrighted content under a free license. And as you see, As a proof, Bandcamp deleted his account because they have much harsher algorithm, much harsher copyright infringement detecting algorithms than YouTube and Soundcloud. And the human factor, on these platforms actually does their job as they should, and they don't illegally infringe the copyrighted material for the sake of site traffic. So again, Mr. Hardstyle exclamation points is definitely a felon. So I don't think that Mr. Wildstyle Santiago or whoever gave this person the right to relicense their work under a Creative Commons license. As again, he might have the right to publish this work that he published as a promotional type of media content, but I am sure he doesn't have the right to relicense it under a free license such as the Creative Commons license. We are going to carry on with the next example. As you see, Mr. Pat B, again, we met this DJ and possibly quote-unquote producer. As you see, people are starting to asking if they can use this material for their YouTube channels and or SoundCloud channels, because since the license that he published this copyrighted work is under a Creative Commons license, as you see, you have the right to share, to adapt, and the licensor cannot revoke your rights if you follow these license terms according to the legal part of the license. But if the Mr. DJ Pat B here is a it doesn't care about the copyright matter, and also he doesn't care about the identity theft that he might do. He even of course relicensed the work under a Creative Commons license, of course, for more to cause more traffic onto his page. Again, in a 99% probability, with a 99% probability, he might not have the necessary legal rights to release this work under a Creative Commons license. So again, let's go to the next user. This is it seems the Core Records he has a identification for the work similar with the books ISRB or whatever it is called, I forgot. Let's see. Again, he has an Instagram account. Let's see if the Instagram is valid. Of course, seems to be valid. I believe if I am going to just join their Discord community, I am going to be kicked out because they definitely might publish other copyrighted works under a Creative Commons license, because I have listened the some of the releases on this channel, on this SoundCloud channel, and they are commercial grade works. So when you hear something that sounds too good to be true, with at least a 90% probability, it might actually be too good to be true. So again, we possibly have another felon, but the name as being written here, the core records, actually takes us to believe that this actually might be a small records company that actually pays new artists, newcomers in the arts of music, to actually do works for them, and they in turn might publish these works under of course a license that favors a widespread of the work, thus giving these guys some popularity. But again, SoundCloud does not have a legal way where we can actually verify this. So even these so-called records, I don't, as you know, I have actually reviewed a channel called Showtech, and those might not actually be genuine, but at first glance they might be. So at first glance these people might actually be genuine, but you can't check, you can't cross check with somebody else, with a legal authority, to actually know for sure. So again, these actually might be felons, because I don't recognize the song here. So we are going to carry on with our next example. Again, Mr. Salske, he literally says that he has some selection, of course, emoji and our atomic mashup pack. Okay, let's see. About this, we can't tell too much, because he might have an agreement with these two, Moji and Artomic. But if these DJs themselves use the copyrighted material that they themselves are not allowed to release under a permissive license, such as the Creative Commons license, they themselves become accomplice to this not only copyright infringement but identity theft. Believe it or not, we haven't even scratched the surface of the disaster that these official platforms, again I remind you, I am not navigating, I'm not surfing on the Pirate Bay here, I'm not surfing on the ISO Hunt or other old school torrent tracker sites. I am actually on an official, legally governed site that, at least I hope, that they actually have the lawyers necessary to be involved in such expensive business such as this. Again, we have DJ Path B with the Polycarpus project. As I said in probably even previous two parts, this might actually be a real project, but when you can't literally verify somehow, even if he has a check sign provided by SoundCloud that he is a real user and not a bot, SoundCloud does not verify the copyrighted material as they should. And I am sure if I am going to start contacting these guys through their email address, they are going to not even respond to me, and or they are going to probably remove these licenses for the for just the uploads spotted, explicitly spotted. They are not going to remove the licenses for the works they don't own the rights to relicense, of course. And that's why I am giving these examples live, just to show everybody that this is a problem. And again, not even these guys that I have previously mentioned that they might actually be genuine, you can't even trust anymore because of the at least 90% flood of fake genuine works that are really just copyright infringements from the big artists. Again, I don't know what bootleg Mr. Levenkan here made. Of course, as I said, and now here an example from a DJ. Many of these works published under a Creative Commons license or not They in most part are some type of tools used by the DJs in their mixes. They don't quite work as standalone songs in your player, to be played one after another. Because as you will see, they don't sound quite natural at the end of them, unless you actually do your part as a DJ, a music producer, or a music editor. But you can actually start your professional music life by using these tools. You don't need to actually buy them. That would be the purpose for which you at your beginning might use these works, because at the beginning you don't have the necessary money to invest in intellectual property. You might just have some money to actually invest in the electronic equipment, mixing equipment that you need to use, to be a DJ. But again, Mr. Levenkan tells us that he gives us a gift for us. I believe some uploaders are actually mistaking a free download with a free license, which are of course different things altogether. A free download might actually be allowed by the original author, but a free use in whatever circumstances, including commercial, somebody might use a copyrighted work. Of course, it is not permitted unless you pay a fee, and usually it is a hefty one, to the original author. And as I mentioned, this user in other parts of this episode, he actually might be a felon. We don't know. Soundcloud legal team does not give us a way in which we could actually genuinely see if a user is genuine or he or she is a felon. So let's continue with our examples to the next example. Of course, Mr. Dice, at least this one says that he edited, he made it. Of course, again, he releases it under a Creative Commons license. Believe it or not, his edits or his selections are very good, and that's why he is in these examples. In fact, every name, every user that I mentioned in this episode 5 video series they are very good producers. At least I like the works they produced, but it is a 100% wasted talent when it is actually not their work and it is something actually illegal, which distributed under these Creative Commons free licenses creates a very damaging situation for everybody that doesn't do a thorough background check to actually see if these uploaders are scammers or not. Again, if this is actually 100% produced and or sample cleared, it might actually be a genuine Creative Commons licensed work. But if it's not, when you are going to upload something on YouTube and you are going to use this as musical background, you will get your account closed. We are going to continue with the next example. Nightmares presents a flashback, of course, from a series of episodes that they seem to have. Again, DJ, he has a track list, as any respectable DJ should have. Again, I am sure that noise controllers did not, at least noise controllers did not give this person the right to relicense their work. I am sure Mr. Wave Rider, Mr. Devin Wild, Zany, I don't know, because we have seen, if we're talking about the same Zany, he had collaboration with Showtech, and as I said, if these high-rated DJs and probably even producers are actually dabbling with the Creative Commons license, it is actually a rise in the human civilization, at least in the music world. It's an evolution. It is a process of evolution and not involution in the music world. But as I said, Soundcloud doesn't quite give us the legal support into actually checking this, because if you are going to email them to ask them, in 1 or 2 emails you'll probably get your SoundCloud account closed, because since you are not the original author of the music you are talking about, they have, according to their service terms of use, they will actually close your account, and they are going to probably avoid further email inquiries from you, which of course it is a concerning illegality that they do. Because as I said, I don't care if somebody actually publishes things on SoundCloud, because I know that I don't have the rights to use, to copy, to download those works. But when those works are published in under free licenses, such as the Creative Commons license, that, again, I remind you, allows me legally to share, adapt, and of course do what the Creative Commons license permits me to do, I am absolutely sure that this illegal relicensing does harm not only to those that upload such type of infringing works, but they do harm to a very widespread of the internet user society. We are going to continue with the next example. I am absolutely sure that Katy Perry, which is a very high-rated artist, did not allow the bootleg, and of course on a 100% probability that she did not allow a relicensing of her work under a Creative Commons license. And of course Mr. Dice actually here proves us that he is a felon, because he thinks that if he says in the upload description that all rights go to the owners of this song, he can get away with it. So again, Mr. Dice is a felon. Mr. Cesar Juarez Medrano, another example. As I said in the fourth episode of this channel, these nationals, let's call them like that, they don't have any regard, at least for the British and the American law. But as we know, the British and the American law is spread according to, at least in the signatory countries of the Berne Convention, upon all of us. And I am sure Mr. Zatox versus HWS Origin did not give this user the right to relicense their music under a Creative Commons license, which is a free license. Under a mechanical paid license, such as the ones you pay to the management collective management organizations, they do give you the rights to actually play some music in public as a DJ. Of course, if you pay those licenses, and if you have the original copyrighted works media at hand when you are checked upon by the inspectors of these organizations. So again, wasted talent for Mr. Cesar Juarez Medrano. Too bad he is a felon. Next example, mislaid with apogee. This is a user that, at least at first sight, he says, okay, no copyright music for YouTube and Twitch's profile. This one actually might be genuine, because he or somebody else probably paid for the producer of this song. Let's actually see what he has here. Let's see if this link shows us no, we don't see any. We can't see any problem until you actually upload on YouTube, or on any other more strict platform, some media content which actually includes this music. So he might be a felon, but also he might not be, because SoundCloud does not give us any way to check the material, and they are with this accomplices to copyright infringement. And when somebody actually relicenses a copyrighted material, it is also identity theft at that point. We are going to continue with our next example on SoundCloud. Again, Mr. Showtech and Earl St. Clair. We have Monster Cat. Monster Cat, as I said, as you know, in fact, he is a very high rated music uploader, and some actually says that his content which he uploads specifically under the free licenses, it is actually safe to use in your derivative works. But here's the problem. Mr. Monster Cat here seems not to actually be verified by SoundCloud. So this becomes a problem. At least Showtech are verified. So yeah, when we see that, we are led to believe that, hey, he copied the music from their page, since they release under the Creative Commons license that they release. Okay, you can actually re-upload it on your page also. But again, if you are not doing the painstakingly diligent background checks, you can actually wake yourself in the situation where you can actually be fined or imprisoned for copyright infringement, for infringing copyrighted material. Again, we are going to continue with our examples. Again, no copyright sounds. This one seems to be verified, but again, SoundCloud does not give us any way in which they actually verified, their legal team verified the user. Of course, the user says that anyone can use the music, even commercially, on their YouTube videos or any other media creation. The only requirement is that you must correctly attribute credit, of course no copyright sounds, and the artist by a link to your YouTube or SoundCloud pages. This is how a genuine user, of course, should write their disclaimers and their legal paperwork on a channel. But you should actually be having a link to a at least to a legal paper with some real signatures from some people that are legally responsible, for the publishing of a work. It seems SoundCloud does not have that. for us normal users to actually check. And again, these are SoundCloud. The platform is SoundCloud. We are not talking about the Pirate Bay here. We are going to continue with the next example, which it seems proves my point. Let's see what the title was. Oh, the Rico, of course, hardstyle mega mix, as you see here in the address bar. Of course, sometimes SoundCloud takes notice of this blatantly infringing users, but they just delete the upload which is specifically stated by the claimant. They don't actually give strikes, you know, for the entire account. So again, this user was and is a felon, and he is going to rebuild his account. I am sure of that. And SoundCloud is not going to do what European law says, which the European law says now, at least at this time, that you can actually send a letter to his home address from which he uploaded the work with a warning and or a fine, you know, for the infringement that they did. And you can actually accuse them even of identity theft when they upload copyrighted works, illegal copyrighted works, under a free license, such as the Creative Commons license, for other innocent users to actually download. Let's continue with the next felon. Okay, Mr. Noah Giesler. Mr. Noah Giesler seems to actually be a genuine music producer, and he's not a felon. And as I said, you can actually confuse these genuine producers with felons. Look, somebody here actually says, hey, I detect some influence from some copyrighted material game. He might actually edit this work into a digital audio workstation program. But if he uses samples that he shouldn't use, like illegal samples, uncleared samples, unagreed upon samples from original copyright holders, again, he might actually not be legally allowed to upload his works, his derivatives, under a free license such as the Creative Commons license. And I hope at least that these guys that take their time to actually open a digital audio workstation program and know some music and about how music is made, to actually, I would urge them to actually clear their samples. And they can't use, if they are not allowed, if the copyright holders do not allow them to use those samples, they could replace them with some genuine released samples under the Creative Commons licenses by other authors. So we are going to continue further with part 11.